Hello everyone, my name is Ms. Dusha Udani and let's start with our subject impression management. In today's lecture, we are going to see motivation. Okay, motivation is a type of soft skill we are going to study in today's lecture. Okay, so let's start with motivation. Motivation means a process of stimulating people to act, accomplish desired goals. Motivation is a process that initiates, guides, and maintains goal oriented behavior. It is what causes you to act, whether it is getting a glass of water to reduce the thirst or reading a book to gain a knowledge. Okay, so what does motivation means? Motivation means a willpower to do something. Okay, motivation means a force, mindful force that is inside you, or someone puts inside you, which encourages you, which pushes you forward so that you come do a desired work or you do something. Okay, like you're thirsty, your thirst is your motivator to go get a glass of water. Okay, that is motivation involves the biological, emotional, social and conjugative forces that activate behavior in everyday usage. The term motivation is frequently used to describe why a person does something. It is a driving force behind the human actions. Okay, so motivation is a driving force behind the human actions. Anything a person does is because he or she is motivated to do something, because he or she wants something from that result. Okay, the result is the motivating force. The reason to do something is a driving force for a person to do something. Okay, yes, means you want to get 90% in your exam. Let's say the goal 90% is the motivating factor or a driving factor that makes you study continuously for your exam, that makes you work sincere for the exam. Okay, so motivation is what? It is a process of stimulating people to act, accomplish desired goals. Okay, it is either you get self motivated or someone else motivates you. Okay, motivation is of two types. One is self motivation and second is when somebody motivates you. Okay, sometimes you don't feel like studying, then your mother or father or your sibling or your teacher or your friend encourages you to keep studying because you have a goal. Okay, so that is also a motivation. Yes, so let's see what motivation is ahead. Motivation is the word derived from the word motive, which means need, desire, want, or drive within the individuals. It is the process of stimulating people to actions to accomplish the goals. In the work goal context, the psychological factors stimulating the people's behavior can be desire for money, success, recognition, job satisfaction, teamwork, etc. One of the most important functions of management is to create willingness among the employees to perform in the best of their abilities. Okay, so motivation is what? Motivation is nothing but the willingness to do something. Okay, you do something because you are willing to do. Why are you willing to do something? Because you have a goal that you want to achieve, and that goals may be desire to earn money, desire to earn status, desire for success, recognition, etc. Excuse me. So that is motivation. Okay, so let's read one definition of motivation. Motivation means a process of stimulating people to act, to accomplish and to desired goals. Okay, that is a definition by W.G. Scott. Okay, motivation is a process of stimulating people to act, to accomplish their desired goals. Okay, motivation is a process. It is not one time thing. You don't say yes, go achieve a 90% in your exams. You don't go and achieve and at the second moment. Okay, it is a continuous process. You have to study for a long duration of time. You have to put your efforts for a duration of time, and after that you get the result. Okay, so motivation is a process of stimulating people to act. Okay, it is not always that I said you wants to get 90% in exam, so you all went ahead and got 90%. No, it sometimes you get slowed down, sometimes you get some kind of issues, some kind of problems, because of which you cannot really concentrate on study. So here the person again has to motivate you, or you have to self motivate yourself again. So it is a process to act. Okay, it is a process to motivate, it is a process to put the willingness inside continuously so that you can achieve your desired goal. End goal is the result, okay? End goal is a result, and you are working towards it through willingness, okay? Willingness to do something is nothing but motivation, okay? So now let's study the characteristics of motivation. First is energetic force. Energetic force means what? Motivation has an energy inside it, okay? The degree of motivation cannot be measured in quantitative terms. It can be observed through actions and performance of people. It is internal force. It is an internal energetic force. The people who are motivated feel energetic, okay? When you see a person who is motivated, who he or she works harder, he or she has an aura around themselves, he or she has an energy around themselves to work harder to achieve something, okay? When a person, the level of motivation is equal to how much energy they are putting to do something or to achieve a particular desire, okay? So motivation is an energetic force, okay? When you are more highly motivated, you will find yourself a lot of energy to do that particular work. When you are not motivated at all, you don't feel like doing that kind of work, okay? So motivation is an energetic force, okay? Next is internal feeling. Motivation is an internal feeling. You cannot see motivation. It is an intangible thing, okay? Motivation cannot be seen or touched. It can only be felt. The degree of motivation cannot be measured in quantitative terms, okay? It is an internal feeling. You feel from inside to do something. You feel to do or to achieve something, okay? You cannot show that, see, this is my motivation. No, there aren't anything that can say that you are motivated, or you can measure that motivation in quantitative terms, like you measure water or any kind of stuff that is on kgs, okay? Next is goal directed behavior, okay? Motivations, reason behind motivation is there is a goal. Always there is a goal, okay? Without goal there is no motivation, okay? So motivation is a goal directed behavior. Every organization has certain goals, and for achieving these goals, motivation is very important. In business, motivation means inspiring workers to perform tasks that lead to goal accomplishment. Motivation creates willingness to perform the task, okay? There's always some kind of goal or some kind of thing that you have to achieve that creates motivation. When there is goal, there can be motivation. If there is no goal, there will never be any motivation, okay? So motivation is a goal directed behavior. You have to complete a particular painting in 10 days. You have to complete a particular task in 2 days. You have to cook for your family in 2 hours, okay? This is a goal you have. You have a time limit. You have some kind of end point for which you are working, for which you find motivation or willingness to do, okay? So motivation is a goal directed behavior, okay? Next is either positive or negative. Positive motivation normally means rewarding a person for contributing to the organization's output. Negative motivation means punishing and penalties, though not often used, can also be effective in influencing human behavior, okay? So either positive or negative. Motivation can be of two types, positive and negative, okay? Positive motivation means what? You are doing a particular task, you completed at 30%, okay? So then the person, your friend, your boss, your employee, anyone, he says, oh wow, you completed 30%, go ahead. Pushing someone ahead to achieve positively. The mindset here is positive. The encouragement here is a positive way, okay? Encouraging person to achieve the goal in a positive way is nothing but positive motivation. When you have completed 30%, he's saying, oh great, you have completed 30%, now go to 50%, now go to 70%, now you can complete it 100%, okay? This is positive motivation. And what is negative motivation? Negative motivation means punishing them, penalizing them, giving penalty is negative motivation. Means what? If you don't complete your particular task, you will have to do your let's take a proper example. If a student doesn't complete his homework, he or she has to do it twice again, okay? The punishment would be doing it twice. So this is nothing but negative motivation. You're trying to make them complete a particular task. They are trying to give them a goal. You're trying to make them achieve a goal, but in a negative way, but with the fear, but with a punishment, but with the penalty, okay? Negative motivation works, definitely works, but that should not be used, because that creates fear, that creates distrust, that creates a negative balance in a relationship between the two people. The positive motivation should be used most of the times, but when there is negative motivation, some people use it effectively. Some people have that tendency that there is going to be something negative, so let's do that, complete the task. Okay, for some people negative motivation can be a great motivator, can be a great force to work. Okay, next is individual differs in their motivation. Okay, individual differs in their motivation means what? Motivation is based on human needs, and human needs cannot be same for all people. Motivation is subjective concept, it differs from person to person, so the individual differs in their motivation. Okay, so what is given here? Motivation is subjective. Motivation is subjective means what? Not everyone wants to achieve 90% in their exam. Okay, some want to achieve 90% in the exam, some want to get 3 gold medals in their sports competition, someone to do best drawing they can do, someone to create something, someone wants to do something else. Okay, so everyone's goals and targets are different, and that's why the motivation differs from person to person. Motivation is not same for all people. Okay, when you take 5 people in the classroom and I say all those 5 people to achieve 90% in this marks in their subject. Okay, not everyone is going to have the same level of motivation. Okay, the studious person from that 5 people would say, yes ma'am, I will definitely get the 90%, I will get more than 90%. Okay, others will say, we are not really interested in getting 90% in the particular subject, instead we want to do something else, we want to achieve something else. Okay, so if you compare the motivation between these 5 people, the person who is studious, the person who wants to achieve 90% marks will have a different level of motivation. He would be more strongly motivated to achieve, he or she will have more willingness to achieve the 90% marks as compared to the other 4 people in the group who really don't want to achieve 90%. Okay, so what does that mean? That means that everyone is subjective to the motivation. Okay, everyone is not going to be same motivated to the particular thing. Okay, like if you keep 10 people in front of you and motivate them in the same way, okay, not all of them are going to be motivated in the same level. The quantitative motivation is going to differ because their goals and targets are going to be different. Okay, next is motivation is not always conscious and visible. Okay, motivation is intangible in nature, so we cannot see or touch it, and it also some for every time. Okay, motivation is not conscious and visible. Okay, motivation is not visible, you cannot see motivation, you cannot see it, you cannot touch it, but you can feel it. So motivation is an intangible thing, you cannot it is not visible. Okay, and for conscious, it always is in consciousness. Okay, it is willingness to do something comes sometimes from inside yourself, or sometimes it comes from outside to you. Okay, it is not always going to be conscious effort. Okay, you do it because you love it, and you keep doing it. Okay, I'll tell you a proper example for consciousness in motivation, why motivation is not always conscious thing. Okay, take an example, you love a particular thing to do. Okay, you absolutely love to do something, and you do not need motivation for that because you absolutely love it, so you are already self-motivated. You don't know, but you are doing that work on your own, you are achieving that goals on your own, you are completing the targets even before the time you want to do it. Okay, example, you like to cook. Suppose a person likes to cook, he or she doesn't need any motivation, it comes from inside them without even acknowledgement of the motivation that is inside them, because of the love for that particular thing to do. Okay, because of the passion, because of the likingness of the particular thing, that person is doing that thing on their own, with their own speed, with their own you can say motivation. Okay, so motivation here is not conscious, you like that thing and because of that you're doing that thing. Okay, you are achieving the goal because you like to do that thing. Okay, so that is not conscious way of motivation, because you are inside in your brain, you like that thing, and because of that you're already motivated. You cannot really see motivation clearly over here, but that always exists because you like that to do that thing. Okay, but sometimes it is conscious, like you really don't like studying, but you have put yourself under a target of achieving 90%. Okay, so here the motivation is always conscious. Okay, when you don't like to do things, but you are always you have set yourself a goal to achieve that thing. Okay, you have to set yourself a goal to complete that thing regarding to the things that you don't like. There your motivation can be seen clearly. There it is a conscious effort. There you have to put yourself under pressure. You have to tell yourself, oh no, come shut up and study. You have to attain 90%. You continuously push yourself, you continuously motivate yourself, you continuously put willingness inside you to achieve the thing. So motivation is not always conscious. Okay, if when you things you like, it may be unconscious or subconscious, but when you don't like to do particular thing, you can see definitely that the motivation becomes conscious thing. Okay, and motivation is not visible only always. Okay, you cannot see it, you cannot touch it, but you can definitely feel it. Okay, motivation changes. Motivation is always changing. The process of motivation, observing human needs, behavior, and actions continuously followed by managers. Since human needs are multiple and importance of needs keep changing, managers constantly watch their need, behavior, action. Motivation is continuously changing as per the changing human needs. Okay, motivation is changing means what? Motivation changes means what? It changes according to goals, it changes according to needs, it changes according to the human desires. Okay, let's take an example. A person likes to cook. Okay, and person has 2-3 goals to be achieved. Okay, in that, from that, one is to cook a dinner. Okay, so when you say that person to cook a dinner, the level of motivation that he or she has to put in that is as comparatively less, because that person is already self driven as compared to other things that he or she has to achieve. Okay, and also what are your desires, what are your needs, what is the need, behavior, action is observed and then accordingly motivated. Okay, like suppose you want to achieve, let's say you want to buy a very expensive car for yourself. Okay, and you have got yourself into a job, and your target is to achieve to buy a very nice expensive your favorite car. So that is a motivation. What is your personal need, what is your personal goal? To buy a good car. So you motivate yourself to buy a good car, buy a good car, buy a good car, and you achieve it. But not for everyone buying a car is a goal. Okay, for some other person it is, let's say, buying a house. So that person works on buying the house, that one person works on buying a car, one person works on buying a house. Okay, so what is your goal? The motivation changes accordingly. Okay, so that is given how your motivation changes. Once you have achieved your car, then you want to achieve something else. Let's say you want to achieve a flat or your house or your own house. Then you again work for achieving your own house. Okay, so motivation changes after the goal gets completed, or goal is no longer important, or after and the motivation changes from person to person according to every person's needs, according to every person's demands. The motivation is going to keep changing. Okay, next is motivation is process oriented. Motivation is a process, motivation is a force that drives a person to action. Motivation is based on needs. Okay, motivation is a process oriented thing, that is continuously a process oriented. You have a particular goal, but to achieve that goal you have to do many steps. Okay, it is continuous way of achieving the goals. Like example, you want 90% marks in your exam, so you have to study continuously. You don't study one day and say, okay, no, now I will get 90% in my exam. No, you have to continuously study for a month or two according to the need, according to timetable, according to the time study duration you have to you have for examination. And then after continuously studying for 1 or 2 months, you give your exam, and after that you get your goals accomplished. Okay, so motivation is a process. For that 2 months you have to continuously motivate yourself. I have to get 90%, I have to get 90%, I have to get 90%, I have to get 90%. Continuous motivation is there, continuous working is there over here. Okay, no goal is achieved in a single day. Okay, it is continuous process. Example, you are hungry, so let's say you are hungry. Okay, and you don't want to cook, but and you can afford to buy from outside. Okay, so buying from outside is also a process. You have to motivate yourself to first get out of the house. You have to motivate yourself to go to the place from where you have to buy, you want to eat whatever restaurant. Then you have to sit there and eat, or you have to bring that parcel to your home and then eat. Okay, so it is a process to fill your hunger. The goal over here is to fill the hunger. Okay, so you have to motivate yourself. Get out of the house, get on the vehicle, go to the restaurant, come back from the restaurant and eat at your home. Okay, or let's take an easier example of being thirsty. Okay, when you're thirsty, you have to get up from the place you're sitting. You have to go and get a water bottle, and then you can drink water, and then your thirst can be replenished. Okay, so motivation is a process oriented. You have to do specific steps so that you can achieve your target, you can achieve your goal. Okay, next, it is a complex process. Motivation is a complex process. Motivation differs from person to person because it depends on the needs. Since understanding what human needs is a difficult task, motivation is a complicated or a complex thing. Okay, so motivation is a complex thing. Why? Because it is related to the human needs. Okay, where there are human needs, there is motivation behind. Okay, so and the human needs or human mind is very complex thing. It has very different things. Okay, example, why it is a complex process. There are person A and person B. Both want to have their own house. Okay, their both goals are to have their own house, but the reasons for A to have the house and B to have the house are very different. Okay, so motivation here becomes complex because you cannot say A and B same things to go and get achieve their house. Okay, go and get achieve the targets. Okay, motivation is a complex thing because human mind is complex. Everyone's needs are different, everyone's demands are different, everyone's thinking is different, everyone's way of looking towards life is different. Okay, so motivation becomes complex process because everyone is different, every human is unique in their own way, and they need to be motivated in their own way only. Okay, some like a kid can be motivated for 5 rupees chocolate, but the same age kid of another kid cannot be motivated for 5 rupees chocolate because the demands are different, because the needs are different. The willingness to achieve that 5 rupee chocolate for both the kids is different. Okay, so it is a complex process. According to the person to person, the demands change, the needs change, the goals change, and so if you want to motivate all of the people around you, you need to see everyone's demands, needs, motivation, willingness to work, and work accordingly individually with each one of them. Okay, this was introduction to motivation and the characteristics of motivation. Thank you.